May 2023 is here, and I wanted to discuss one of the albums that I've been listening to all April, and that is Rae Sremmurd's Sremm for Life. Sremm for Life is Rae Sremmurd's fourth studio album. It came out on April 7, 2023. You know, this was their first studio project in 5 years. Rae Sremmurd fans, like myself, we wanted new music, and they gave it to us. Now, you know what's crazy? I've seen a lot of people purposely hate on the album. Now, I've seen YouTubers and Twitch users stream the album live so they can get a natural reaction. I've seen some people read the track list and be like, I'm not listening to this. I've seen some people only listen to like 10 seconds of the song. Then I would see some people listen to like the first 2 or 3 songs without listening to all 14 songs on the album, and they would just come up with the conclusion that they don't like it. It's been this big narrative that Rae Sremmurd has fell off. And for me, as a Rae Sremmurd fan, I would have to disagree. I don't think they fell off. Now, of course, when this first week's sales came out, that gives something to the haters to blog about and talk about and tweet about. Sremm for Life debuted at number 28 on Billboard's 200 album chart, and it sold 20,000 copies in the first week. So from the outside looking in, if you're looking at this, you'll probably be like, yeah, Rae Sremmurd flop. But if you go back and look at the album sales out of their first 4 albums, Rae Sremmurd has never hit the 6-figure mark in terms of opening sales. Their first album, Sremm Life, sold 49,000 copies in the first week. Their second album, Sremm Life 2, sold 30,000 copies in the first week. Their third album, Sremm, sold 57,000 copies in the first week. Yes, this was the lowest first week sales out of all 4 of their albums, but again, it's on brand. They usually don't have a strong opening week in terms of album sales, but because of the singles that Rae Sremmurd is so used to putting out, you know, they rule the radio. The album will end up going gold or platinum as it progresses. But for me, as a Rae Sremmurd fan, I like this album. What I like most about this album, they were experimenting with different sounds. I'll go into detail about that later on. But yeah, Sremm for Life, that was the new music I was waiting on. Now, Rae Sremmurd also had a Coachella set. They performed weekend 1 and weekend 2. I missed weekend 1 because I think I was out. So I definitely caught the live stream of weekend 2. I was upset because their set was only 40 minutes long. And I was like, 40 minutes? They could at least gave them an hour and 20 minutes. The set felt so short, but it was extremely lit. Rae Sremmurd always have good energy. They always have good stage presence. They always know how to get the crowd hyped. There was one point in the show that they were actually throwing Kush out into the audience. And I was like, oh, okay, this is different. Hey, Rae Sremmurd, they are the hip-hop rock stars. They represent the versatility in hip-hop. The set was lit as hell. Like I said, I wanted them to have more time so I can hear how more of the songs would sound live. Of course, they performed their biggest hits, No Type, No Flex Zone, Black Beatles, but then they also incorporated a lot of the new songs from the album. They performed Tanisha, they performed Sexy, they performed Not So Bad, they performed YMCA. Let me tell you, the energy of YMCA went crazy. I love hearing that song live. It was definitely a good Coachella set. I will say YMCA and Not So Bad were the 2 songs that the crowd really reacted to. Like, those are hits. Unfortunately, these were not the singles that Rae Sremmurd put out, which I'm just like, yeah, that's probably why the album didn't perform as well as it could. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just go on record and say this. They put out the weakest songs as singles to represent the album. They were way more stronger songs that would have went up on the radio, up on TikTok, up on social media, up everywhere for people to really be engaged into this new album. But yeah, they put out the wrong singles. All right, for those who are new, how I do my album reviews, I go track by track. I rate each song on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being it sucks, 10 being it's the best. And the reason why I do a scale 1 to 10, because it's kind of like the grading system in school. You know, if it's a 10, that's 100. If it's a 7, that's a 70%. So as I'm giving my rating, I'm explaining what I liked about the song, what I disliked about the song. Then after I finish, I will give the album an overall score on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, so let's start with the first track. Origami is a good track opener. It reminded me of the original Rae Sremmurd sound, and I wonder if that has anything to do with Mike Will actually producing this beat. I think this is the only beat that Mike Will actually worked on this whole album. Slim's verse on here is extremely good. It really gets you hype, especially the shot part. And you know, honestly, that's pretty much the theme of how Rae Sremmurd does their music. Sway Lee provides the vibes. He's so good on the hook. He's so good on the chorus. And then Slim, he goes in with the verses. He's legit the rapper, the lyricist of the group. You know, his delivery, his flow, his bars, both of them bring different energy to the music and it works. So yeah, Origami was a cool song. It's just something to listen to, but it's not like a, oh my God, let me go play Origami because that's my song. It was just an okay song. So for that, I gave this a 7 out of 10. Not a bad song, just straight. The production on the song was absolutely amazing. Young Thug was the perfect feature for this song because this sounds like a YSL song. And as I was saying earlier, it really feels like Rae Sremmurd was experimenting with different sounds. So this song has that YSL Southern Atlanta trap rap style to it, and it works for Rae Sremmurd. Sremm, of course, he came with the bars. He actually gave us 2 different flows on this song. Sway Lee sounds good on the hook. Honestly, this should have been one of the singles. I don't know why it wasn't a single. Maybe because they cannot promote it or shoot a music video since Young Thug is incarcerated.
We got Thug on the album, man. Free Thug, free Sremm. Everybody say free Sremm on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I really did love Royal Flush Gang. I gave the song an 8 out of 10. This is a Zaytoven beat. It is fire, okay? Fire. So this was the first song on the album that Sway Lee actually gave us a rap verse. He's not just singing on here, he's actually rapping on the song. And not only did he give us 1, but he gave us 2 rap verses. And I really did love Sway Lee's flow on this song. He killed it. I already know Slim ripped his verse. Mississippi Slide is that party song that matches the energy of No Flex Zone or No Type or Dance Like a Stripper. Like, I feel like this song should have been put out as a single. If this song would have been put out as a single, it would have made waves, especially on TikTok, because everybody would have came up with dances to this song. So I really like Mississippi Slide. It was actually one of my favorite songs on the album. So for this, I gave this a 10 out of 10. When they performed the song at Coachella, Sway Lee sung a snippet of it a cappella, and the crowd was singing back. They actually loved this song.
My knees gone cold, I wonder. Got out of bed at all. And what? It's easy. They know about that shit.
Now, this goes back to what I was saying earlier of Rae Sremmurd experimenting with different sounds, because this is a drill beat. We've never heard a drill beat from Rae Sremmurd. I think the closest drill type sound that they ever done was Swang, but other than that, this was a drill beat. This is a New York style type of song tackled by 2 boys from Mississippi, and they killed it. So not only is Slim rapping on the song, but he actually is singing on the song, and he sounds good. Sway Lee, of course, sounds good on the song. It sounds like he was going through a heartbreak. One of the lines says, "God forgives, but I don't," and I'm like, oh, who pissed him off? Somebody pissed him off. Yes, I really like this song a lot. If they was to put this out as a single, it should not have been the first single. I strongly believe Mississippi Slide should have been the first single. And this could have been like the 3rd or 4th single, just to like ease into people getting acclimated to Rae Sremmurd on a drill beat. But I rated the song a 9 out of 10. I loved it. This song is weak as hell. This was like one of my least favorite songs on the album, and this song is actually one of the singles that they put out. I don't know what made them do this decision. Now, I really didn't care for Tanisha. The song is catchy and it can get stuck in your head, so I can understand, you know, the possibility of why they put this out, but I don't know, it just didn't live up to the hype of all the other songs on the album, so I really wasn't a fan of Tanisha. Slim's verse on here is actually what made the song exciting, because he brought the energy, but I was not a fan of Tanisha. I thought the music video was basic. Ugh, this was the wrong single. I didn't like it. So I gave Tanisha a 4 out of 10. Skippable. Okay. Tanisha and Benyaniz, it's just back-to-back skips on here. I did not care for Benyaniz. I can see this going up in the club, going at beach parties, going up wherever where you're getting girls to twerk. I get that. I don't know. Benyaniz, the beat is cool. I just didn't really care for the song like that. The song to me is definitely mid. This was a song of shout out. Sway Lee shouted out Doechii. Slim shouted out Kyla Pratt. That's literally like the only memorable thing of the song, and then the chorus. Didn't care for it at all. So with that, Bend Your Knees, I actually like Bend Your Knees better than Tanisha, but Bend Your Knees is still one of the weakest songs on that album. So I gave this song a 5 out of 10. I liked Activate. Activate was a very different type of song. It definitely is a Future song, so I understand why they added Future on this song. He kept the same energy along with Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy, so it worked out perfectly. It didn't seem like a copied and paste verse. Like, it really felt like he contributed it to the song. Because even though Future's verse was first, he provided ad-libs throughout the entire song. So it was a good collaboration. It actually felt like a collaboration where they're feeding off each other's energy. You know, Activate had a lot of quotables on the song. I can see a lot of IG captions coming from this song. Slim had the best verse out of Future and Sway Lee. It's like, I really like Activate a lot. I gave Activate an 8 out of 10. This is different. The production on the song, it catered to the old school hip hop type beat, but then it also merged with the new school sound of hip hop. This beat was extremely different. I love the transitions on this song. I love Flaunt It, aka Cheap. This was really, really dope. First of all, the song belongs to Slim because he started this song off. He came through with the bars, and his flow on here was really, really dope considering the many different transitions of this song. I absolutely loved it. Slim ripped his verse. Married to the Game, like I said, I do. Got a window seat like I'm Erykah Badu. Like, come on. Like, the references, the bars, come on. Like, Slim killed it. So yeah, it's like 3 transitions in this song, and the final transition is Cheap. Now that's like the second song out of this merge song. It's called Flaunt It and Cheap. Sway Lee comes through on Cheap and he kills the opening. It has a very memorable opening. And then Slim wraps it up with his verse, and I love this song. It was just so different. I really wish they would have performed this song at Coachella because I really felt like the energy would have been 10 times crazy. I like this song a lot. This was actually my favorite song on the album. I gave this song a 10 out of 10. This song is annoying. The song is annoying. I understand why they put this out because it's the perfect song for the summertime. You know, when us guys, when we get our fades and the fresh fits, and then the girls, when they get their nails done and their hair done and they hit the beach. This is going to be the anthem of the summer of 2023. So I understand that. I just didn't care for the song. But when the summer gets here, I will be using the song if I hit the beach or if I step out in a fresh fit. I'm just saying. I don't 100% dislike the song. It's an okay song, but it can get annoying really, really quick. I will say that. I gave Sexy a 7 out of 10. 70%, that's average.
Y'all remember the YMCA? Talking about this next shit called YMCA. On the intro, we gotta do the YMCA. Let's go. Open the mosh pits. Hey, I'm open the mosh pits. Open the mosh pits.
When they performed YMCA at Coachella, the crowd went stupid crazy. Stupid crazy. YMCA should have been a single. This song matches the same energy as Black Beatles. It's that full hardcore rock star metal band energy blended in with hip hop. I loved YMCA. This song should have been a single because if this song was a single, I guarantee you it would have went up. You know, if a versatile song like Rockstar from Roddy Ricch and DaBaby, if that was #1 for like a gazillion weeks, then I strongly believe that a song like YMCA, it probably would have hit #1 because the energy of this song, amazing. This should have been a single. One of my favorite cuts on the album. I gave this a 10 out of 10. This goes back to the experimental sound that is not theirs, because Something I Not sounds like an OVO song. Like, this is a song I can hear Drake on. This would be like one of the singing songs that'll be on Drake's album, and I can hear him bringing on Rae Sremmurd. Like, I like this song or not. It was a different tone from the overall album. It was a nice feeling, vibey song. You know, this was like a nice feeling, vibey song. It reminds me of their song with Janae Aiko, Sativa. Like, it's one of those vibe chill songs to it. This was extremely different, and I gave this song a 9 out of 10. The bars on this song is A1. Slim should have led the song because he only had like one verse and majority of the song was Sway Lee, but I love Torpedo. Slim's energy, his hardcore delivery on the song, it matched the energy of the song. Honestly speaking, I really felt like Slim should have had two verses and Sway should have just been on the hook. Like this should have been a Slim song only and Sway just provided focus on the chorus. But other than that, I'm not like extremely disappointed of how the song came out, but this was a moment for Slim and I absolutely loved it. I gave Torpedo an 8 out of 10. This song honestly felt like filler. It didn't really contribute to the album like that. I don't know, it just felt like one of those songs like, hey, let's just put this on the album because we recorded it. I don't know, it's not an extremely bad song, it's just basic and average and mid. You know, I definitely feel like they could have came a little bit harder on the song with the bars and the energy. It's not a terrible song compared to Tanisha and Bend Your Knees, but it just really felt like filler. I don't know, maybe after a couple of listens, it'll have to grow on me. But then at the same time, I've been streaming this album 128 times according to the title. If this song didn't grow on me by now, it's just not going to. So it is what it is. Didn't really care for Diamonds Dancing. I gave the song a 6 out of 10. So this goes back to my original point. Rae Sremmurd experimenting with different sounds that are not like their own. This song reminds me of something that a Playboi Carti or Lil Uzi would sing and perform. I like this song. It's extremely different. It was the best way to close the album with high level energy. It's another one of those experimental rap, rock, hip hop sounds. I like the sound a lot. ADHD is dope. It would definitely get you in your feels because it's about too many emotions. It was a good album closer, and like I said, it felt different from what Rae Sremmurd is so traditionally used to putting out. I gave ADHD, I gave the song a 9 out of 10. So out of the 14 songs on the album, there were only 4 songs that I did not care for. That was Tanisha, Bend Your Knees, Sexy, and Diamond Dancing. But the other 10 songs on the album, they're slaps, they're bangers. I replay these songs a lot. I gave this album a 9 out of 10. As a Rae Sremmurd fan, they did not disappoint. I love this album. I hope they go on tour, because can you believe I have never seen Rae Sremmurd live, which is crazy. But right now, they're having a tour overseas, and I'm like, nice. But when y'all gonna tour in the US? They are performing at Rolling Loud, but I don't want to see all the other acts. I just want to see Rae Sremmurd. Like, I want a Rae Sremmurd tour by themselves. So the question remains, did Rae Sremmurd fall off? You know what? My opinion is different from the popular opinion. As a Rae Sremmurd fan, I would definitely say that they did not fall off. This album was quite on brand to the Rae Sremmurd sound. I just love the way they experimented with other sounds that were quite different from their own. It provided a different feel of versatility for the album. I love Sremm for Life, and if I have to be one of the only commentators that has something positive to say about this album, hey, then so be it. Because like I said, I'm a big Rae Sremmurd fan. So if you listen to Sremm for Life, comment below your thoughts on that album. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.